Hello, everybody. Swap these over. But yeah, hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. I saw, see, because of the impromptu stream I did yesterday, went and saw Black Widow. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was a little bit too kind of late, just because like they have these high tension scenes in the movie that are like, well, I know that that she's going to make it out of this because we know what happens to her later in this timeline here. So it's kind of weird that originally this was supposed to be the start of the new phase of Marvel movies. Because it takes place obviously after Civil War and before Infinity War. That's the timeline here. You learn about what Budapest is all about, which they've been messing. It was the theme between Black Widow and Hawkeye in the first Avengers movie. Like, oh, this isn't like Budapest. It's like, oh, what was that? It's like, oh, we find out here. A couple of things, a few things I was kind of disappointed about. One I actually kind of thought about it later, and I didn't really mention in my kind of review. I was kind of upset that because I've been playing Marvel Future Fight, Red Guardian has his shield in the game, but in the movie he never has it. The only time he gets a shield is when he's actually when he gets it takes it from Taskmaster. But every other the whole the rest of the movie, like he just fights like with his hands. And they have like a fun little thing with like there's an old action figure like for a planned breakout, which is a clip they released like a pro on the official YouTube for Marvel and all that stuff. Oh, this prison break, and he gets an action figure, and it's like his old comic book design, which is pretty cool. So it's like, oh, well, this is what Rick Guardian used to look like. Now he's a big old beard and everything. And a lot of people are kind of unhappy with them, with how Taskmaster, like the identity of who they are and all that stuff. I think it's all right. Just to kind of like it was like something different, you know. But the other thing I need to mention is how I watched the film. So people would just like either go to like a normal theater, or you did the thing that I was like I'm against, which is you paid $30 on top of your subscription to another service. I'm like, mm-mm. No, I will never fucking do that. So I basically spent about 20 US dollars, and I went and I saw this in 4DX because the theater I go to decided to add that in. So they still had it was like this theater had added RPX like a few years ago. So it's like, hey, we have premium video and sound. And now it's like where that is right next to it is this is 4DX. I'm like, oh, okay. So the seats have motion. They will have like little effects going on. So like on the side of the walls, lights would shine if it's like a lightning spike or whatever. Or they'll blow air, or you'll even drizzle you a little bit with water, and you can turn the water thing off on your seat. Just like, all right. So like if a character gets splashed or like water is splashed, they'll just hit you with a little bit like a drizzle of water. There, they in order to get you prepared, they have a few trailers that they did with the 4DX. So it's like, all right, we're going through normal trailers, and it's like, oh, what? It's like now you're in 4DX, and the first trailer was for the Eternals, and that was done with it. So the seats that were like motioning like waves. Then they started like the sound was shaking, so the chairs were vibrating. Then when the big ass object shows up, up, they then did the Venom 2 trailer. So when Venom was like moving around doing the whole cooking, it was the same kind of thing with the motion with the little air. You had a thing where when the ketchup was sprayed on Eddie for the breakfast part, right at the end of the opening, it like sprayed you with air too. You or it was like a carnage, I believe, was like going like left or right. In the scene, hitting you with like air in the left side and right side of your neck. Or like when Venom picks up a guy and he's like hanging him upside down and he's about to eat him, you get like a little drizzle of water, gets like saliva. It was fun. There was like certain when you see like the action scenes, if you just imagine you're in a chair, like moving around consistently, like there's breaks and then it just moves with the big action. The first meeting of Taskmaster with Black Widow. No, it was all completely still and then it just fucking goes. So you're all right. Oh, here comes the scene. It's like you move you around. Every fucking flip Black Widow does, like to grab, like when she flips up and grabs the person to bring him down. That's a motion in the seat. You get blasted with arrow on your legs when they like hit the ground or whatever. It was a blast. I would say that was super fun. I don't know if I would do it for like every movie because I thought there were like scents involved, like you would smell like burning rubber or something, but there was nothing, none of that. It's just like just air. Yeah, if I remember correctly, the trailers correctly, it was Eternals, then Venom, and then Jungle Cruise, and then it went to the movies. I think. I don't recall a fourth trailer. Like those are just the three I think of. So yeah, I had well, let's see, pop up. Yep, I'd already started with the Hawkeye DLC. I decided that Black Panther thing's coming out next month, and I'm like going back up like, oh, I haven't finished either the Kate Bishop or the Hawkeye DLC because I was just kind of like, I'm done with this. Yep, just checking stuff by the way. That's why we're going very slow. I'm seeing the encoder thing pop up a little bit, which is a little bit disconcerting. Hmm. I hate to say, but vendors might be fucking with some stuff. Oh yeah, encoder keeps popping up as being overloaded. Okay. Yeah, let's actually play. Oh, that's right. I started before I put change to my headphones. Hold it. Get that exit, then restart the game. God damn it. Ooh, they want to make things difficult, don't they? I've also been informed before, right? Like literally at the 2 minute mark of my countdown that I have to do something. Like so like every like hour I have to go back, like I have to do like the wash and shit. Cause today we had a bunch of stuff I had to get done.